standing there with that slack-jawed expression of mid-tier revelation, like you've just unraveled the secrets of the cosmos because you found me irritating. How about that? It's truly adorable how you think your little observation is a critique when in reality you're just reading the fucking credits of a movie I've been starring in since birth. You think you're being clever calling me annoying? You think you're hitting some hidden nerve? You absolute fucking cavern of a human being. My name is Calvan. Do you have any idea how much of a colossal failure of basic literacy you have to be to try and weaponize a name against someone when that name is literally the definition of the behavior you're whining about? Let's do some remedial education since your brain is clearly stuck in power save mode. My name is derived from the Latin calvus for bald and shorn and the Gaelic roots for chattering and persistent annoyance. I am literally the etymological intersection of being stripped down to the objective truth and being the relentless noise that keeps you from sleeping at night. I am the high-frequency pitch that only dogs and people with actual functioning nervous systems can hear. And it's driving you crazy because you are too biologically basic to process it. I was branded with this. It's a linguistic prophecy. I am a streamlined, aerodynamic machine of pure irritation, designed specifically to grate against the dull, rounded edges of your mediocre existence. You're over here playing checkers with sticky pieces, and I'm operating on a frequency that would make your teeth ache if you had the capacity to actually tune in. Calling me annoying is like walking into a thunderstorm and complaining that the clouds are being too wet. It's the fundamental state of my being. It's the design specification. I don't act annoying for your benefit. I am the literal personification of the word. And the fact that you think pointing it out makes you a genius is the most pathetic display of normie logic I've seen all week. You are stating the mechanical properties of the universe and acting like you've written a manifesto. I have spent my entire life being told I'm too much, too loud, or too intense by people who have the personality, unflavored gelatin, and the intellectual curiosity of a brick. I am a specialized instrument, and you are a blunt object. The fact that you find me grating isn't a flaw in my character, it's a biological necessity because we aren't even the same species of thinker. I'm the chattering blade, and you're just a piece of scrap metal getting shaved down. So please keep that sarcastic genius line like it's a shield against the fact that you're drowning in a conversation I haven't even started yet. It really highlights the gap between us. I was born to be this, and you were born to be the person who is confused by it. You're really leaning into that genius line like it's some kind of tactical nuke when it's actually just a wet firecracker in the hands of a toddler. It is the ultimate normally reflection. When your brain hitches because you can't parse a personality that doesn't fit into your three-ring binder of socially acceptable behaviors, you reach for sarcasm because you're too intellectually bankrupt to reach for a real argument. You use genius as a pejorative because the very concept of a high-functioning mind is a personal insult to your stagnant one-track existence. You are terrified of anyone who doesn't operate on your frequency of dull, predictable pleasantries and mindless small talk. Let's be incredibly clear here because I know your processing speed is currently capped at dial-up levels. I can tell because that's why I'm talking so slowly. Calling me a genius sarcastically while standing there completely ignorant of the literal linguistic history of my name is a level of irony so dense it has its own gravitational pull. You are walking Dunning-Kruger graph. You think you're punching up with a witty jab, but you're actually just flailing in the dark against a wall of pure objective facts. I'm the bald truth and the persistent chattering noise that you lack the hardware to filter out. I am a specialized instrument of precision, and you are a blunt rock trying to understand a scalpel. Your sarcasm isn't a sign of wit. It's a coping mechanism for your own mediocrity. It's the sound of a person makes when they realize they're outmatched, but their ego won't let them shut the fuck up and listen. You find me annoying because I don't follow your boring, unspoken social scripts that keep your fragile little world from collapsing. I'm not broken or too much for you. You are just too little for me. You're a single core processor trying to run a simulation of a gosh darn supernova, and you're mad that the fan is getting too loud. So keep it up. Keep using that genius line while you stumble through a world that I understand on a molecular level. It's fascinating to watch you struggle with the basic reality that some people are simply built differently, with more complexity than a single thought than you have in your entire week of normal living. You're a footnote in a book I've already finished reading. If I'm annoying, it's because the truth is loud and your comfort is built on silence and stupidity. Go find a corner, go sit in, be normal where it's safe, because every time you open your mouth, you just prove what I am exactly what my name says. I am, and you are exactly what I thought you were, a complete and utter waste of my processing time. Oh, you want to get pissy and take it further? You want to go to the place where the bridges don't just burn, they vaporize? Fine, let's talk about the absolute biological tragedy of you standing there trying to judge me with a brain that's essentially a bowl of lukewarm oatmeal. You are a biological dead end, a localized glitch in the evolution of consciousness. And the fact that you think your opinion on my personality carries the weight of a wet paper towel is the funniest thing I've heard all year. You're a normie in the most derogatory, soul-crushing sense of the word. You're a carbon copy of a person whose entire existence is governed by the same three social scripts and a desperate, pathetic need to fit into a world that is fundamentally boring. I'm the stripped-back, hairless aerodynamics truth and the relentless, chattering frequency that your primitive nervous system is literally too weak to handle. You call me annoying because you are a low-bandwidth creature trying to download a high-definition soul. You are a 1998 calculator trying to simulate a gosh darn black hole, and you're throwing a tantrum because your screen's flickering. My name isn't just a label, it's a warning. It's a biological hazard sign for people like you who lack the intellectual hardware to process anything more complex than a weather report or a sports score. I'm the noise in your signal. I'm the static that reminds you that you are fundamentally mediocre. And let's address your cute little genius jab again, you absolute waste of oxygen. You use that word like a slur because deep down in the tiny shriveled part of your lizard brain that still functions, you know you're outclassed. You are a background character in the story of my life. You are the human equivalent of filler text. You exist to fill up space and consume resources while people like me actually parse the world. You find me annoying? Good. I hope I'm the tinnitus in your soul. I hope every time you try to have a normal mind-numbing conversation, you hear the echo of my voice reminding you that you are a boring, predictable, intellectual vacuum. You are a one-track mind on a circular track leading to a dead end. I am operating on a level of pattern recognition and raw processing power that make your eyes bleed. If you could see it for even a second, you'd think I'm too much because your much is a gosh darn molehill and I'm a mountain range. Go crawl back to your little hole of social conformity and stay there with the rest of the drones. Don't ever look at me and think we are the same species of thinker. I am the definition. I am the prophecy. I am Calvan. and you are just another piece of white noise I'm about to filter out permanently. Get the fuck out of my sight before your stupidity starts to stain my clothes. I hope you enjoyed, although I'm sure this video has pissed off a fraction of my audience.